right, when it comes to the hard rock genre, just a handful of acts have thrived as long as the Scorpions. They formed in 1965, even before Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, or Kiss. Since then, they've sold over 110 million records, helped launch the careers of numerous other Hall of Famers, and have songs that still play in heavy rotation today, like Blackout, Still Loving You, and Rock You Like a Hurricane, and Wind of Change. That song alone has 1.2 billion views on YouTube. They're coming back for a fourth Las Vegas residency this fall. They'll celebrate 60 years of the Scorpions with thousands of fans. I recently spoke with lead singer Klaus Meine and guitarist Matthias about forming the band in Hanover, Germany, their early influences, and the love they still have for performing live 6 decades later. Klaus, you were born at a time in Germany, were a young man at a time when American pop culture came in strong and came from the American GIs. Your first band was the Mushrooms. What got you into music?
Actually, it started with Little Richard, with Elvis, and then when the Beatles and the Rolling Stones started playing in the early 60s, it was so inspiring for young kids to pick up a guitar, a drums, or a microphone to sing. It was an inspiration that lasted my whole life.
And Matthias, for you, you started playing the guitar around 13, and you treated it like a full-time job. You loved it.
Absolutely. I listened on the radio to Jimi Hendrix's All Along the Watchtower, and I decided immediately this is what I want to do. And I picked up a guitar as soon as possible, and I'm self-taught. I played all day after school for many, many hours on the weekend, up to 8 hours a day, just to know how to play rock and roll and blues. I'm so happy looking back that I spent all my time deciding I just have a plan A, and this is what I want to do.
And ironically, your first band had a rehearsal room next door to the Scorpions. How did the Scorpions band get started, and what's behind the name Scorpions?
The Scorpions started in the late 60s. And I met Rudolf when all these Hanover bands were out there playing the clubs, you know, and we were watching each other. And 69, 70, New Year's Eve, I joined the Scorpions together with Rudolf's brother Michael, and this is when we started writing our first songs. And the first album came out in '72, Lonesome Crow, not knowing it would take us a lifetime to take our music all over the world.
Hey baby, tell me, can't you hear me calling? There is no darkness, there is no night. Matthias, you beat out about 140 people auditioning for the guitarist position, and the rest is history, as we say. You found massive success. Your iconic albums, Love Drive. Animal Magnetism. And Love at First Sting. And of course, that iconic song, Rock You Like a Hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane. Which we understand very well here in the Houston area. Did you have any idea that this many decades later, you'd still be going strong? The rhythm of love keeps me dancing on the road.
Of course not. I mean, we were young when we started out, and we were not planning ahead so much. Back in the day, I think Frank Zappa said it, if you're 30, you are too old. And now we are looking at a 60 years career. But when you're in your early 20s and you just think about, you know, music, you think about forming a band, making music, recording music was already a dream. It was not a given thing. But then joining the Scorpions in '78, recording Love Drive, and then going on the road. And in '79, we all made it for the first time to the US. That was like a dream come true. And we had the opportunity to tour with Ted Nugent. AC/DC was the special guest, and we were the openers. But we toured for many months throughout the country. And that was, to me, is like the basic for what we could build on later. This was a great experience for all of us.
Because later you became the main act, but you actually really kind of gave a lot of people their stardom because they were opening for you. Bon Jovi, Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Def Leppard. But decades later, what is it like to look out in the audience and now you're seeing generations of people who love you?
Listening to the wind of change.
It's fantastic to see 3 generations, you know, where rock and roll moves on, you know. There were people saying rock is dead, but it's not, you know, and it proves it goes on from generation to generation. So when we play in Vegas in September, another residency at the Planet Hollywood, I bet we would see many, many young kids in front of the stage, together with older ladies, older guys, but it doesn't matter. We're all together like one family, loving rock and roll.
Will you send me an angel? Can't live without you.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I believe, is it Dankeschön?
Okay. Dankeschön, Deborah. Thank you.
Coming home to Las Vegas, 60-plus years of Scorpions with special opening act Buck Cherry will take place this September and October at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. Tickets are now on sale for the Scorpions' 4th Las Vegas residency. For more information, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you.